Have you ever stood somewhere high and heard a quiet whisper in your head? What if I jumped? You weren't sad, you weren't in danger, you were just enjoying the view. So where did that come from? Your heart pounds. You step back, and a scarier question follows you home. Is something wrong with me? Here's the strange part. Scientists studied this whisper, and the truth is the opposite of what you fear. Tonight, walk with Mindo to the edge of his own mind, where a dark whisper is hiding a beautiful secret. This is the call of the void. Why your brain says jump, and why it actually means you want to live. Quick pause, friend. This video is for education only, not a diagnosis, and there's a caring resource in the description just in case. Meet Mindo. Decent job, good friends, Sunday pancakes. A small life he honestly loved. Last Saturday, his friends dragged him to a rooftop cafe. String lights, cold breeze, a perfect evening. Mindo walked to the glass railing for the view. 40 floors of glittering city below. And out of absolutely nowhere, it came, soft, clear. What if you jumped? His stomach dropped. He gripped the railing, stepped back fast, heart hammering like a fire alarm. A minute later, he was laughing with his friends again. Outside, smiles. Inside, a storm had started. That night, 2 a.m., one question glowed on his screen. Why did my brain tell me to jump? Scary words, confusing forums. By 3 a.m., Mindo had quietly diagnosed himself with everything. So he made a secret rule: never stand near an edge again. Balconies, closed, glass elevator, stairs now, office terrace lunch. Sorry guys, I'm busy. If you've ever hidden a thought like this, hear me, you are not broken and you are far from alone. Because the thing that found Mindo on that rooftop has a name, a history, and a science. Centuries ago, the French gave it a poetic name, L'Appel du Vide, the call of the void. Today, psychologists call it the high place phenomenon, and it is everywhere. In 2012, researchers at Florida State University asked hundreds of students one brave question. Have you ever felt a sudden urge to jump without any wish to die? The results stunned them. More than half of the people who had never had a single dark thought knew that whisper personally. And it belongs to a bigger family. Intrusive thoughts, random mental flashes you'd never act on. What if I drop my phone off this bridge? What if I shout in this silent library? Sound familiar? Research suggests nearly 9 out of 10 people get them. 9 out of 10. So why do healthy, life-loving brains produce thoughts nobody ordered? Here's the rule no one taught us in school. A thought is an event in the mind, not a command, not a confession. But knowing a fact and feeling safe are two different mountains, and Mindo was still climbing. Avoidance felt like safety, but avoidance is alone, and the interest is paid in fear. His world kept shrinking. Canceled hikes, swapped window seats, skipped rooftops, smaller and smaller. And here's the cruel twist. The harder he pushed the whisper away, the louder it knocked. Psychology calls it the white bear effect. Try not to think of a white bear. See? There he is. One evening, his sister Maya found him on the 9th floor because he'd climbed every stair to avoid one glass elevator. She didn't laugh. She sat beside him on the cold steps and said 5 quiet words. Please talk to someone, okay? For 2 weeks, a therapist's number glowed on his screen. Tonight, his thumb finally stopped hovering and pressed call. Dr. Sage's office didn't look like he feared. It looked soft, warm lamp, quiet plants, a chair that hugged back. But for 3 whole sessions, Mindo talked about everything else: work, weather, weekend plans, anything but the rooftop. Then one Thursday, his voice cracked. When I stand somewhere high, my mind tells me to jump. Doctor, is some hidden part of me trying to leave my own life? The clock ticked, once, twice. Dr. Sage took off her glasses and smiled the gentlest smile Mindo had ever seen. Mindo, you're the 3rd person this week to ask me that exact question. Let me show you what really happened in those 2 seconds on the rooftop. In slow motion, second 1. His eyes register the height, and something ancient wakes up far below his thoughts. It's a survival system older than language. It doesn't ask permission. It has one job: keep him alive. Before Mindo can even think, his body obeys. It yanks him back from the edge in milliseconds. Second 2, his conscious mind finally arrives at the scene, a full second late. He finds the clues: a pounding heart, a body that jolted backward, a railing, perfect safety, but no explanation. So the slow mind does what it always does with a mystery. It writes a story. The wrong one. Maybe I wanted to jump, but that whisper was never a wish. It was an echo. the echo of a rescue. His survival system pulled him back so fast, his thinking mind mistook the rescue for a threat. The researchers wrapped it in one unforgettable line: an urge to jump affirms the urge to live. And who feels this whisper the most? Often the sensitive ones, whose inner alarms listen extra closely. These aren't broken minds, they're devoted ones. Bodyguards who simply love a little too loudly. Mindo sat in that soft chair and cried, not from fear this time, from relief. His mind was never trying to end him, it was trying to guard him. Dr. Sage leaned in. Now, let me teach you exactly what to do when the whisper visits again. Step 1, name it. Say inside, "Ah, that's just my safety system checking in." No fight, no fear. Step 2, let it drift. You are the sky, and thoughts are only clouds. Clouds always move on. Step 3, come back to your body. Feel your feet. Breathe in for 4 and out even longer. And step 4, Dr. Sage's favorite, say thank you. Thank you for protecting me. I've got it from here. But Dr. Sage added softly, if dark thoughts ever stay, repeat, or start making plans, that's different. That's the moment you reach for human help, right away. 3 weeks later, Mindo went back, same rooftop cafe, same golden city below. He walked to the same railing, felt the same breeze, the city glittered, 40 floors of light. And yes, the whisper came, but smaller this time, almost shy. Mindo smiled, rested his hand on the railing, and whispered back, "Thank you. I know what you are now." The wisp shimmered and dissolved into light, and the view became just a view again. He breathed in the whole city, held it, and gave it the longest, warmest, deep exhale of his life. That night, he opened the group chat and typed, "I'm in for the mountain hike next month. Send." Here's the truth Mindo learned. Your mind is not a haunted house, it's a lighthouse. Sometimes its beam swings across the dark so fast, it startles even you. But it has always been trying to bring you home. So when the whisper visits you at some high place, remember what it truly is. It's proof that something ancient and loyal inside you refuses to let you go. You don't want to fall, you want to live. But let's hold this gently. If thoughts of leaving ever feel heavy, come often, or start sounding like plans, that is different, and you deserve real support. Talking to a therapist or counselor isn't weakness. It was the bravest call Mindo ever made, and it can be yours too. And if you're in the United States and the wait ever feels like too much, call or text 988. The Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, free, confidential, 24/7. A caring human will answer because your story matters and it deserves every next chapter. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt the call of the void? Did you relate to any of the signs in Mindo's story? Tell us in the comments. Share only what feels comfortable. Your honesty might become the railing someone else holds onto tonight. And if this story gave your mind a little peace, subscribe to Talk to Mindo. So I'm right here the next time your mind needs a friend. Until then, breathe in slowly, hold it gently, and give it a deep exhale.